Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is 100% here, and this is 100% Meteor and Gam. And what's up, Facebook, by the way, not just YouTube, Facebook too, because I put all my No Versus videos on YouTube and on Facebook. So yeah, I'm back with another No Versus series episode. Not really an episode, but I'm back with another video. This should be like my 23rd video that I have of No Versus series. Let me see. Let me double check. Yeah, this will be my 23rd video. And it's a No Versus special series video. So I already have 6 No Versus specials. This is No Versus special number 7. And this is a really quick one too. It's not even that much of a long video. But yeah. There's No Versus special 7, and I just wanted to talk about something. This is gonna be a really quick video. But yeah, like, I was at work and I was thinking about a lot of shit. And I was like, yo, that's crazy how this, that, and this happens and why this happens. I was just thinking about it logically, giving it logic and reason. I was just like, maybe because of this, maybe because of that. Like, I was trying to figure out shit, you feel me? But then I realized, I was like, yo, like, there's a lot of shit that goes on in the world, and it's like, you're gonna die anyways. You feel me? So don't think that I'm on some suicidal shit. I'm not talking about suicide, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, you're gonna die anyways. You feel me? So when I thought about that while I was at work, the song, I think it's Linkin Park that sings it. The band. I forgot. It's an old school song, but the one that goes, 'cause in the end, it doesn't even matter how hard that song, whatever. That song popped up to my head. And I was thinking about whatever I was thinking about before that song popped into my head. And I was already, like I said before, just now, I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like, this shit happened because of this. Like, there's a reason why things happens. But sometimes there's no reason. It's like, that's just what was going to happen and that's it. You feel me? So when that song popped into my head, I was like, yo, it's true, bro. It doesn't even matter in the end. You know what I'm saying? Not that I figured out that now, but I just remembered. You feel me? Well, not now, but when I remembered, not that I figured out that then. You feel me? When that happened to me at work or now, it's not that. I've been figured that out. But it was just like, how can I say it? Like, I was just thinking about that. It's not that I was contemplating life or anything. I was just thinking about a whole bunch of shit. And I'm like, yo, like, that's crazy how things can happen. And then the song popped up to my head. And I was like, oh, shit, that's a fact. It doesn't even matter in the end. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't give a fuck about your life and throw it away and do crazy shit and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but I was just thinking, like, whatever happens to you, it doesn't really matter. You feel me? Because it's like, at the end of everything, you're gonna die. And I don't mean to sound ignorant, but it's the truth. You feel me? It's like regardless, you're gonna die. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, whether it's good or bad, I'm not saying to be a criminal and do bad things and kill people or rob, you feel me, or whatever the fuck it is. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, if you are doing that, whether you are stealing, robbing people, whatever it is, or you're killing, or not, you feel me? Let's say you're doing good things, like you going to school, you're making your loved one happy, your partner, your girlfriend, you're making her happy. You feel me? You're giving her things that she wanted it, or whatever it is that you do to make your partner happy. Let's say you're doing all of that, right? I was just thinking, like, yo, it doesn't even matter, like, in the end, like, because it's like, you're gonna die, and before you even die, it's not even about dying, you feel me? Because, yeah, you're gonna die, that's just like an ignorant way of thinking about it, like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna die anyway, so fuck this shit, you know what I'm saying? I know that's the obvious way to think about it, when it comes to this topic. Like, you could, all I have to do is really say is, do whatever the fuck you want, you're gonna die anyways, the end. And the video could be over right now. But I'm not gonna say that because I thought about some other shit. You feel me? When I was thinking about that at work, like how I said earlier in this video. And what I thought about, I got it right here on my phone. You really don't know what life is meant for. You feel me? Because your life could be meant. Because before I say this, life is already like made. You feel me? Depending on what year you was born. I can't really tell you about the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I can't. Or anything before that, 1890, whatever, 1000, the year 1890 or the 1870, 1800s. I can't tell you about none of that, obviously. But I can tell you about the 90s and up. You feel me? Because I was born 91. And it's like, the life already came a certain way. You feel me? Like, before I was born, everything was here. Obviously, that's how it is for everyone. So it's like, there's a way to live life. You feel me? For me, I was a kid, an infant. I don't know what the fuck was going on, right? We was all babies. That happens to us. So what I'm saying, the reason why I said for me is just because I'm going by my life. But for everyone, they become, we all infants. We all little babies when we're born. We don't know shit. Goo goo gaga. Drink milk, shit all day, probably, you know what I'm saying? Laugh and smile every now and then shit some more. Whatever. So what I'm trying to say is, it's like, yeah, like, you go through that stage, then you become 1 year old, you learn how to walk or something or whatever. You walk and then you're still a kid, you don't know anything. Then at 2 years old, you're still a kid, don't know anything, just walking around, taking the shit everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Getting fed by your parents. Then 3 years old, you learn a few words, whatever, etc. So you already know all this. I don't have to say what happens when you're a little kid. Y'all know all this. But then skip a little few years later. You're 5 years old now, 6. You're probably in kindergarten or in first grade. You're going to class. So you're going to school, you know what I'm saying? So far, life is already made that way. It was already made the way it was before you was born here. You feel me? What I'm trying to say is, before you was born, there was already a life made and the rules were set. You feel me? So you're supposed to, not supposed to really, because you don't really have to do anything. You feel me? But the way we was taught is that once you're 5 years old or 4 years old, depending on your age and depending how smart you are at that time, they send you to school. You feel me? And you learn and this, that, and the third, and you grow up and all that shit. So you keep going to school. So skip a little few months later, you're in junior high school now. So you already know what's going on after junior high school is high school. So what I'm trying to say with that is, going back to what I was saying, is that there's already a way to live this life. So you really have, it's like, what I'm trying to say is like, because of the way that the life was built before you was born in it, and still to this day is being the same way it is after you're born in it. What I'm trying to say is, before you was born, like me, before I was born, 1991, 1990, the life wasn't as different since 91. It's just that I was born 91 and I didn't know about 1990. And then still as a kid, 1991, I was born, right? I'm still a kid, so I really don't know about life starting to like 97 or 98, where I have my little brain as a kid and think like, oh, I'm alive. Okay, I was born this year. Okay, this is my birthday. Okay, So you gonna be whatever you want to be in life. That's what they say when you go to school and all that shit is important. The real world's hard. You gotta pay bills and this, that, and the third. I understand that. But what I mean that you don't know if life was meant for you to live that way or not is that everything does happen for a reason, but some of them, or the majority of them, or a good 50% at least, happen because that's just what was going to happen and that's it. You feel me? Without a reason. That's just what was going to happen. So that's like I said just now, if since I was born in 1991, whatever happened between 1990 and 1991 was still gonna happen. You feel me? So they're not that far away from each other. You feel me? 1990 is before 1991, so 1990 is here. Let's say then 1991 comes here. Then I'm born because I was born 91, and it's like not that much of a difference. And then when I get older, 97, 96, 98, whatever, all these years pass, life is still kind of the same. You feel me? And then when you get older, you realize, okay, I came from 1991. You're 13 years old now. You're like, okay, every New Year, you know how people celebrate New Year? It's like, okay, it's almost the same thing. It's just something, another year, and it's the same thing, right? So it's not that much of a big of a deal. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, life is like, it wasn't meant for you when it comes to living a certain way. If you're living that way, whatever way it is, and it wasn't meant for you, but at the same time, it's like it was meant for you. So I don't want to confuse anybody, but life was meant for you to live it however you want. Only problem is there's rules that you have to follow, and your parents follow those rules. They put you in school, etc., 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 and you became older. You learned something. You probably went to college. Who knows? You feel me? But that's not really what life was meant for you to live, to go by. You feel me? That's just what you did because of the rules. You feel me? And how you was raised, because there's a way to be raised in this world. You feel me? When it's your time to come into this planet, when they gave birth to you. You feel me? So the rules of life and how they was meant for you to live it doesn't necessarily mean that life was meant for that. You feel me? It could have been meant for something else, and I'm about to go really far right now, so just bear with me. You feel me? So let's say you was born 91 like me or whatever, and you lived your whole life, and you went to college, whatever, you know, and you had a childhood, you had fun in your childhood, you lived your whole life, you went to junior high school, and of course elementary school, we can't forget that, whatever, you went through all that, and you graduated, and you became a doctor, you got your PhD. Let's say you did perfect in your life. Have you ever met some people that they do all that, and they still feel like there's something missing in life, like there's a purpose, or something is not right? You feel me? That's because just because the rules is how it was meant to live in this life was there already. Just because those rules was there already when it comes to how to live this life, you feel me? That's those people that do so good in this life, get a degree and all that shit, whether it's a doctor's degree or a PhD, or they got a bachelor's or a master's in like technology or whatever the fuck. That's those people that they feel like something is missing. That's why that's why they feel like that. That's why those people feel like that, because life for them wasn't meant to be lived that way. It was just the rules of life and how it was supposed to be lived since you was a baby all the way to you're an adult was what made you be one. What was what made you be what you are when you grow up. You feel me? Whether you was a doctor, lawyer, whatever. You feel me? So it probably wasn't even meant for you to do that. You probably was meant to be something else. You know what I'm saying? But those rules, the way you people are raised, you know, kids, depending if they're raised in the same way I'm talking about now, you know, that's what it was meant for you. That's it. You feel me? So that's pretty obvious what I'm trying to say. But let's go in between that. In between that life. So for example, let's talk about this person that's a doctor right now. The one that I was just saying about right now in this video. Let's say he's a doctor. He did everything he had to do. He's the man. He's the best doctor out there, whatever. PhD, master's degree, whatever. He got all that shit, whatever the fuck. Yeah, you already know. Let's say in between his lifeline, before he became that doctor, while he was going to school, let's say he was hurt all the time. And by hurt, I'm talking about abused, mentally abused, physically abused, you feel me? Or his girlfriend cheated on him, you feel me? Or his mother and father used to beat him bad when he was doing something bad that wasn't even that bad. They used to beat him bad, they used to abuse him, you feel me? A whole bunch of shit, you feel me? So at the end of the day, after all that happened, he became that doctor. You understand what I'm saying? Now somebody else could have probably changed and probably became a criminal or a fucked up person because they got tired of their parents beating them, or they got tired of a woman cheating on them. You know what I'm saying? So they probably became a person that does illegal shit, or that just don't give a fuck about life. So long story short, what I'm trying to say, not to make this video too long, is that at the end of the day, if life was meant to throw you a whole bunch of fucked up shit, whether your life was meant to be lived that way or not, whether you lived by the rules or not, whether you was raised by the rules and how you're supposed to get raised, going through elementary, junior high school, then college, whatever, or not, whatever the fuck is it that they throw at you in life, don't let that shit get to you at all. Fuck that shit. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. Give me 1 second. Don't let that shit slow you down at all. Whatever the fuck they do to you. You, at the end of the day, like I said, you're gonna die anyways. You feel me? But it's probably testing you. Life is probably testing you. I don't know why it will try to test you. For those who believe in God, it may be God testing you or challenging you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But your life could have been met with you all knowing, because maybe there's powers to be out there that have control over how your life is going to be lived. Maybe it was meant to destroy you, so that in the end, when you die, let's say there's another life, they give you a better one or some shit like that. Let's just bear with me here. You feel me? At the end of the day, whether that's true or not, whether there is going to be something that's going to give you a better life in the next life, focus on the one you're living on now and say fuck that shit to the other life. Like, nah, don't fuck that other life. I don't want to live in the next life and be good when I could have been good in this one. If you want, you could be like that. Don't ever be afraid. Like, oh man, I don't know if I should actually take this life that they're offering. You know, let's say after you die, I'm on an example here, right? You know what I'm saying? You might want to think about it twice. But the reason why I give this advice, and it's not really an advice, it's just me being real. If you went through shit in your life and you wanted to have fun in your life and be good at least in your life, why the fuck are you taking all the shit that's happening to you? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying don't take it. I'm not saying don't take it, but I am saying to take it, but not in a way like let it hurt you. Try to rub it off. You feel me? Just be like, you know what? Fuck it. They're doing like this. They're doing that. I want to be famous. I'm not famous. I want to be rich. I'm not rich. They fuck my girl. Whatever. They fuck my girl. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to sleep with this girl, but they slept with her before me. Whatever. However the fuck it happened, just don't give a fuck about it. Cause like I said, they could come to you they could offer you a better life in the next life. But the reason why I'm saying this is not because when they do offer you something in that next life to take it because it's gonna be better. You gotta be careful because it could be a lie. So what I'm trying to say is, don't take all the shit in that they doing that's happening to you in this life. You know, I'm not trying to confuse no one. Take all the shit that they doing to you in your life right now, right? And rub it off. And then when they offer you another life, you should say, nah, I'm good because it didn't happen in this life that I was just living. And I don't know what's going to happen in the next life. You could tell me your guy, you could tell me who you are. But I don't know for sure if, you know what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen with my next life. Like, I'm going to get all these things and I'm going to be rich or whatever. So just take everything. Take everything that they throw at you like if it's nothing. It's light work, nigga. Just put in your mind like it's light work. Like I could take it and I'm gonna be fine. So if you don't want to do that, let's say you do want to take that offering after you die, they give you a better life. Don't be mad if they lie to you. You feel me? Or don't be mad if it's still not the way you wanted it to be. You feel me? Because it could be the absolute end after you die. You feel me? Where you're not gonna get shit. So if you was to cry and feel hurt, feel bad for yourself and all that shit while you living this life, and then at the end is the end, there's no afterlife, no nothing, you're just dead, it is a waste. You completely wasted it. You feel me? So to recap from what I was saying, in the end, it doesn't matter because you're gonna die anyways. That's the ignorant way of thinking about it. But at the same time, live your life and do what you gotta do. Because there was rules to how you was supposed to live this life already. Rules, laws, whatever you want to call it. And you lived it that way. If you did. You went to school, you did this, you did that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some kids, I know they don't go to school because their parents are poor. They can't afford the school or something, I don't know. You feel me? And they struggle and they have to work from a young age. You know, I understand there's lives like that they go through. Maybe not in America, but in other countries out there, you feel me? And it could be in America, who knows? You feel me? And if you really decided to do something illegal by the time you was a teenager, then I understand that too, because you probably had a fucked up life. So you needed more money faster or something, I don't know. But yeah, it's just a recap of what I was saying just now. But at the end, whether life is good or not, in the end, whether life is good or not, take it. You feel me? It's light work. If there's a whole bunch of good things and nothing but abundance, take it and just keep in your mind that is light work. But light work, that's the slang for is easy. You feel me? Or that's easy. That's slang for that. So do that. Take it like a man. If it's good things, an abundance, you'll be able to take good things for sure, easily. Now, if it's bad things, they fucking your woman, they fucked your wife, or they attacked you, or they abused you, or whatever. I know that could hurt you, but put in your mind that you could take it, and that it's not a big deal, because in the end I'm gonna die. You feel me? But don't think it too ignorant like that. But just say like, in the end, it's not just that you're gonna die, but at least in the end, or while I'm moving forward to the end, I'm gonna still be doing what I do and still be me. You should at least have that as a mindset with you. You feel me? So yeah, I hope I didn't confuse nobody. This is gonna be a short video, but that's all I wanted to talk about. This is 100% here, 100% Meet You on Gam, and I'm signing out. Later, y'all.